what did you make of Sophie Cunningham's flagrant foul on J.C. Cole?
It was a flagrant foul.
I think it's like defending the team, or how do you
I view it as a flagrant foul.
Yeah, well, I mean, you guys came for basketball.
Yeah,
Let's talk
seriously.
about basketball. Come on now.
What do you think of just how you all were able to pull in the second half, Caitlin? In
We're
particular?
going to the Commissioner Cup Championship.
Let's
That's
go!
pretty exciting. Y'all want to talk about that? Let's talk about that.
What do you think?
What do you think again in the second half? What if we told you that Caitlin Clark might truly quit the WNBA after just one season while Pack-Up shoot one last three and dodge between Marina Mewbury flinging fouls like dodgeballs and blind referees who act like they're trying out for a circus? Caitlin has had enough. Is this a reality show gone wrong? Or the League of Dreams? If this story is accurate, the WNBA will lose its biggest star more quickly than a referee misses a foul, so grab some popcorn.
NBA record. This is her second season. And you put the numbers together, that's like 10 seasons. That girl did it in 10 seasons. That means she had won a season. Caitlin Clark is... when Caitlin Clark gets to 10 seasons, she's going to have 100 of these. And y'all can't get a girl her roses. Now, I don't like the fact that she be getting woke because she don't want all these lesbians to be mad at it. At the end of the day, is the woman putting in the work, she's putting in the work.
And fans are officially done watching Caitlin Clark play the part of a sacrifice for a league that isn't sure if it wants to expand or keep her for the second consecutive season. She is the main character in a drama that somehow still expects her to pass the ball, smile for the camera, sell the tickets, take the hits, and thank her haters after that. Fans aren't just frustrated anymore, they're furious that the Protect Caitlin movement has evolved from an online campaign to a full-on emotional custody battle between her supporters and a league that continues to treat her like a chew toy.
This is all going according to plan. This is ideal. Caitlin Clark is holding up her end by being awesome and by being a trash-talking jerk on the court. Love it. Her teammates are holding up their end by having her back. The other players in the league are holding up their end by not liking her. Perfect. Couldn't have written a better script. Caitlin is talking trash to this girl. This girl's hard fouling her. Her teammate Sophie Cunningham, who got a black belt in Taekwondo at the age of 6, she's like, I will F you guys up. All of it's great. And Caitlin's a killer. 10 out of 10.
Let's begin with the apparent as the walking, talking logo three-point shooting lifeline. And the reason the WNBA is even mentioned outside of Tuesday night Twitter arguments and high school gym throwbacks, Caitlin Clark is the reason the league receives any attention at all. How does the league react to this? With dubious referee calls, cold shoulders from teammates, and more elbows than a WWE Royal.
Caitlin Clark is driving the WNBA insane. It's to the point that she may need to step away from the WNBA, have a billionaire come in that has the money to prove a point, and say, Caitlin, I'll pay you $50 million just to see if the WNBA can make it without you. Let's go create a complete different league and expose the hell out of the WNBA just to embarrass this Angel Reese girl that Jameel Hill just said she could go down as a Michael Jordan of WNBA.
Yeah.
Recall that when people stated she was being welcomed into the league like all the other rookies, they meant that she was mugged at midcourt while the referees called out to Dixie and turned away as if they had just misplaced their glasses in a Looney Tunes cartoon. Additionally, Marina Mewbury decided to give a late-game shove like she was trying out for a linebacker position. The fall was so aggressive that the NBA probably sent her a contract out of confusion. But of course, Caitlin gets up as if nothing happened, because at this point getting hit is just part of her pre-game warm-up stretch. Caitlin doesn't need a welcome party, she needs a security detail and a chiropractor. Shoot, dodge a flying elbow, rinse and repeat. What's really crazy is that every time Caitlin even breathes too hard close to a veteran, she's called entitled. When she takes a hard foul, it's part of the game, and she doesn't take it personally. Instead, they accuse her of being distant. Meanwhile, the league's fan base is out there running digital CPR on Caitlin every time someone clocks her, acting like it's amateur night at Fight Club. Fans hit rewind, break it down frame by frame like it's the Zabur movie, and scream into space. How is that not a flagrant?
I will say this, when Caitlin Clark was out, they lost 55% of their viewership. So, like, basically, Caitlin Clark is paying all their salaries.
Pretty much.
I mean, at the end of the day, you can hate her as much as you want, but she's brought in millions of fucking dollars. So you should be kissing her ass.
And that kind of defeated the purpose of Angel Reese's argument of she's like, hey, it's not just Caitlin Clark that is bringing all the viewership to the WNBA. It's like, well, it definitely is. It's like it kind of proved that with the viewership rating being down that she significantly increases viewership.
They try so hard to compare her to Caitlin Clark. They try so.
The referees were quiet. The league is more concerned with the clothing code than with player safety. It seems like the entire ecosystem has gone crazy, and now fans are pleading with Caitlin Clark to leave. Imagine her landing a shoe deal, hitting the broadcast booth, or simply taking her skills to Europe, where basketball is basketball and not a high-stakes game of let's see how much abuse one woman can endure before she goes overseas. She would get paid, protected, and most likely met at the airport with flowers rather than flying elbows. Let's face it, the WNBA is running a Caitlin Clark content farm and feeding her the same slop every week. Needless drama, bad calls, and zero support. Fans view it. Come watch Caitlin Clark and the others. It's like she's Beyonce, and the rest of the league is a complete mess. The media notices it. Even those who pretend not to like her secretly look at the schedule to see when she's playing, because love or hate, nobody wants to watch the main character get sabotaged in every episode. She's brought more to the league in 2 seasons than some franchises have in 20 years, and yet she's treated like a guest at her own party. Even the promos are awkward. No disrespect, simply the facts about Destinies.
Fever and Sun hold a brawl and a basketball game breaks out. This was something. Caitlin Clark, without question, gets raked across the face. I think she gets poked in the eye, but it's difficult to tell.
If you're the Indiana Fever, you cannot stand by and let that happen. They need to make it clear to the officials. If you're going to let this happen, then we're going to stand up for our player and make a mess of the game, and you're going to have a big mess on your hands. So you need to stand up for this. You need to do something about this.
You've just learned with definitive data and beyond question that Caitlin Clark controls more than half the audience for the entire WNBA.
Last time we checked, she had more stripes than a zebra in a barcode factory. She's out here averaging 25 points, 8 assists, and 12 microaggressions per game while grinning. And let's not forget about the constant gaslighting. It's not that bad. She's just being dramatic. What else is required of her? Levitate fans are not naive. They observe the double standard, the way the league goes above and beyond for some players while blatantly disregarding others, the forced narratives, the passive-aggressive interviews, and the locker room politics. They are also weary of seeing Caitlin struggle for a spot on a team she created and of seeing her ignored everywhere. They're sick of acting like this is acceptable and are voting like it's a popularity contest in middle school. She's smart enough to know when she's being played. So if she leaves after the season, it won't be because she couldn't hack it. Let's face it, leaving could be the biggest power move of the century, forcing the league that couldn't stop talking about her to face a very quiet reality. There won't be any more crowded arenas, record-breaking streaming, or casual admirers watching to see what she does next.
We're expecting some sort of dip since Caitlin Clark has been out with injury, but I don't think all of us were expecting the entire viewership of the entire WNBA to be down. And this tweet from Christine Brennan really stuck out to me. She said, one player gets injured and more than half the TV audience for the entire league disappears. Has any other athlete ever had that kind of impact on a sport? Golf without Tiger definitely dropped precipitously on occasion, but not like this. This news is alarming for the league, and it's alarming for the league because this is such a crucial year for the WNBA.
At occurs, they reintroduce promotional bobbleheads and give away 2 tickets for one. Put motivational sayings on the court and hope that people will overlook the spoiler warning. When Caitlin Clark leaves the WNBA, it turns into another trivia question. Remember that league that had that superstar for hot minute? Don't even begin with the people who say she should stay and tough it out. She has done so by defending herself against players who are more interested in playing defense than winning games. At some point, toughness isn't the answer, self-respect is. And while we're at it, how is the league not taking advantage of this moment after being treated like a human piñata? You would think that Caitlin Clark would be launching red carpets, promoting her, and creating marketing campaigns that don't look like they were photoshopped in 2003, but instead there is more shade, more hits, and more missed opportunities. She is a once-in-a-generation star who is relatable, marketable, and somehow still humble. Fans have had enough and are not only watching the games, they are also rooting for her and posting videos criticizing the league and demanding justice, acting as unpaid interns in the Caitlin Clark Public Relations Department if she decides to step down at the end of this season. She will not be leaving alone, because she will be taking millions of devoted viewers, the kind who purchase tickets and watch games with her, wear the merchandise, and let out an unreserved scream each time she touches the OO.